In this video, we will learn how to use Gauss-Hermite quadrature method to approximate the value of the integrals. This is a very powerful method used in the numerical analysis to solve the indefinite integrals. Now suppose if we have an integral of this form, exponent of minus x squared multiplied with the fx, and we have to integrate it from minus infinity to plus infinity. Then using Gauss-Hermite quadrature method, this integral can be approximated by this summation. Here n is the number of sample points. Xi's are the roots of Hermite polynomials or the quadrature points or the abscissa. Wi are the weights of the function. If we take n equal to 2 over here, then we call this as a 2-point quadrature formula. For n equal to 3, we call this as a 3-point quadrature formula. For 4, we call this as a 4-point quadrature formula. If we are using n equal to 2, then the 2-point quadrature formula for this sort of an integral will be equal to the sum of two terms, w1 fx1 plus w2 fx2. Here w1 and w2 are the weights, and the values of the weights are given as this, and x1 and x2, the abscissa, are given as this. So these are the standard values which can be taken from the internet or from the standard mathematical tables. So I have taken these values from the internet, and these values are easily available. Now let us try to understand how we can solve the integral using this quadrature method. So let us take an example. Suppose we have to solve this integral using the Hermite quadrature method. Now in order to use the Hermite quadrature method, we have to reduce this integral to this form. So if I make use of this transformation, y equal to x minus 2 by square root of 2 sigma, then we see that this term over here, this can be written down as exponent of minus y square. So in a way, we can say that using this transformation, we can reduce this integral to this standard form. And once we have this standard form, then we can simply use the quadrature method. So using this transformation, if I rearrange this equation, we get this. And finally, x is equal to square root of 2 times sigma y plus 2. On taking the derivative, we get this. Now if we substitute equation number 1, 2 and 3 into this integral, then this integral becomes this. And if we simplify this further, square root 2 cancels out along with the sigma. Sigma also cancels out here. And finally, we are left with this integration. And now we can finally write down this integral in this form, where f of y is the term within this bracket divided by square root of y. So now we have this standard form, and we can make use of the Hermite quadrature method, and we can write or we can approximate this integral to be the summation. And if we are using a 2-point quadrature method, then we will be taking n as 2, and then finally we'll be left with only 2 terms within this. So the integral, the given integral can be approximated by this, where function fy is like this, and we know the values of w1, w2 as well as y1 and y2. So using these values and substituting here and simplifying it, we can solve the integral. Now let us see how we can program this using Scilab and solve this integral. So this is the Scilab program, and here we have defined the function, and in this function definition, if we look at the right hand side over here, this is same as this capital Fy, square root of 2 times sigma y. Instead of y, we have taken the variable x, that doesn't make any difference, plus 5 divided by square root of y. So this will be the function definition, and over here we are taking the sigma as 1, and we'll see how the result is affected by changing the values of these sigmas. Now w is the weight carrying the two values of the weights, and x is the abscissa, and it is equal to minus 1 by square root 2 and 1 by square root of 2. And we are using the vectors x and w to store the values of the weights and abscissa. Now after this, since we have to find out the summation of this term, so we are using the for loop, and then within the for loop we are just using this single statement because we have to find out w1 times fy1 plus w2 times fy2. So this will compute the sum, and the final result will be stored in the sum variable, and we are displaying the sum. So now let us execute the program and see what result do we get. So we see that we are getting the 5 value, the exact value for this particular integral is 5. So we are getting result quite close to the exact result. Now let us try to run the program with a different value of sigma. Say sigma, I change it to 0.1 and again run the program. I'm getting the same result. If I change it to say 0.01 and execute it, I'm getting the same result. So we see that how the Hermite quadrature method can be used for the 2-point formula. So now let us try to see how we can use the 4-point formula. In the 4-point formula, we have to take the summation. We have to take n as 4 and then we have to take 4 weights and 4 abscissa. So here these are the values again taken from the internet. And if we make use of these values and in the for loop, I have to make small change over here. Earlier we were using only 2 values, so we took n as 2, and over here since we are using now the 4 values, so we have to change this to 4. Now again the rest of the things remain same. Now let us execute it for the 4-point and see is there any change in the result. So now we see that again the result is close to 5 for sigma equal to 0.01. If I change the sigma to say 0.1 and again execute, again we are getting value very close to 5, the exact value. And if I again execute, again we are getting the same value, which is close to 5. So this is how we can make use of the Gauss-Hermite quadrature method to solve the indefinite integrals.